Hi everyone, my name is Martha. Welcome back to my channel, Martha Is. So today for you I have my February book haul part 1. Well, I think it's going to be part 1 because I think it's going to be ambitious to get all the books that I bought in the first 2 weeks of February into one video. But we'll see how we go. If I can cram them all in, then I will. So let's crack on. Actual additional background. January I went on a book buying ban, which I was mainly successful. I think I only bought one book. So obviously what happened in February is then I went a little bit crazy. But even then, actually, I haven't bought that many. I've just been also very lucky to have been gifted quite a few as well. And all of the details of all of the books I mentioned will be in the description box down below. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with my graphic novels. So there's this amazing shop in Brighton that I went to last week or the week before, and called Dave's Comics, and I just absolutely love it. It's just graphic novel heaven. So I came back with some graphic novels from there. So the first one I have for you is this one, Glass Town by Isabel Greenberg. So I've had my eye on this for a little while. Like, it's only just been published, but I've been getting sort of emails about it. I've kind of seen a couple of things about it, and I thought it looked so good. I've never read any of Isabel Greenberg's graphic novels, but this one is based on the Bronte sisters and brother, I think. I think it's based on their juvenilia. Is that the right word? Like some of their writing, but yeah. So I don't actually know kind of if it's completely fiction or if it's non-fiction or whatever. But I was just like, looks amazing. It's about the Brontes. Count me in. So this is the art. So that looks really cool. So yeah, I haven't got to that one yet. The next one I bought, you will have already seen if you watched my February mid-month wrap-up, which is Book Love by Dodie. So I won't spend too long on that one, but that is a graphic novel about basically being a bookworm. So if you're watching this, you're probably a bookworm, so you probably want to buy this. The next one I actually bought for my husband, but I think I might read too at some point. So this is Alex Rider's Stormbreaker, the graphic novel. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz. It's basically like a teenage James Bond series. So my husband really loved them when he was growing up, and I actually read quite a few of them, I think, when I was growing up, but not the whole series. And so they have, I think, looking at this, at least the first 5 of them have been converted into graphic novels. So, and as my husband also loves a graphic novel, I bought this for him as a kind of, yeah, this is for you, but also maybe for both of us. So I might want to read that at some point. And then the fourth one is not from Dave's Comics. I actually picked this up in my local Oxfam bookshop, which I thought was quite a good find. Is this one, Cassandra Darke. So again, I've mentioned this in my mid-month wrap-up because I've already read it. I didn't love it, which was a bit of a disappointment. But I'd definitely be willing to try Posy Simmonds' other work, but probably not buying it at full price from Dave's Comics. It would probably be if I see any of her other stuff come up in charity shops. But yes. I'll also link my mid-month wrap-up in the description box down below, so you can watch that at your leisure. The next one I bought was this one, Me and White Supremacy. So I mentioned this one in my February and March TBR video because I'm going to see the author at the beginning of March. So I ordered the book pretty much as soon as my January book buying ban was over. I haven't got very far with it, so I've read all of the kind of introduction, but what it essentially works as is like a daily kind of prompt to sort of like think about and work on. So I've read all of the background. I haven't started any of the prompts because that is when I got flu, and trying to tackle your own inner privilege and racism with flu, probably not advisable. So I'm going to try and get back into that this week. And then the next one I have is this one, When the Body Says No by Gabor. So this was actually recommended to me by my therapist. I have therapy, no shame, guys, because I've been having a lot of physical health problems, and I think what she's trying to hammer home to me is pointed that the mind and the body are somewhat linked. So if you manage your stress, it might help. But yeah, it's been a difficult book to read, actually, kind of for that reason. But, yeah, it is what it is. But I think it's definitely interesting. It's definitely got some compelling stuff in there. It's not just kind of a self-help type book. It is actually about science, like things that have been researched, and how, you know, how the links have been researched by doctors, and this guy is a doctor. So, yeah, interesting one. And then the last one that I bought myself is this one, which is I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. So I run a book sale at my office to raise money for 2 women's charities, Brighton Women's Centre and My Body Back Project. I'll link them both in the description box down below. They're both incredible grassroots charities that are crying out for money. So please do take a look at them if you would like. And yeah, so because I go through so many books, I keep all the books that I've either read and want to get rid of, or that just I'm unhauling. And then periodically we'll do a book sale at work. And my colleagues are amazing and very generous. And some of them, as well as buying books from me, will also come and donate their own books. So one of my colleagues brought in this, and it was such a cute edition. And I've never read I Capture the Castle, and I've heard it's kind of like a children's classic. So I snapped it up. Don't worry, I paid for it. But yeah, I had to bring that one home. So those are all the ones that I bought myself. So it's not too bad. Oh, not too bad. And then if we go on to the ones that I was very kindly gifted from publishers. So there's this one, A Small Revolution in Germany. This is very kindly gifted to me by Fourth Estate. It is already out. So the blurb is, I suppose it always begins like this, with a boy standing in an audience, denouncing, jabbing his finger at a figure on stage, his voice raised and cracking with the strain or the joy of speech. All around him, always, a small group of supporters nodding in their phalanx. Beyond that, varied responses, a mind not made up, amazement, open, tutting disapproval, here and there a sycophantic performance of amusement for the sake of the official speaker. But political lives always start like this. A boy rises from his seat, his finger is already pointing in rage. Can I ask a question? So I don't actually really know what it's about, but I just thought the blurb looked really intriguing. So that's, yeah, published by Fourth Estate, and that is already out. And then I was very excited. So over the Christmas period, Fourth Estate ran some giveaways on Instagram, and one of them was for the complete collection of Tash Aw's novels. So I entered and I won. So that was very exciting. So they are The Map of the Invisible World, this one, by Tash Aw. The Harmony Silk Factory, 5-Star Billionaire, and his most recent, We Are the Survivors. So Tash Aw really only came onto my radar because I saw this one in a shop earlier last year when it was published, and thought it looked really interesting. I believe the author is Malaysian. Yeah, so he was born in Taipei to Malaysian parents. So I thought the cover looked interesting. I read the blurb, I thought that looked interesting. Found that he was from Malaysia and thought, well, I'm doing Read the World. Interesting. So put it all on my wish list. Hadn't yet got round to buying it. And then this giveaway came up, so I was like, yes, please. And was very lucky to win it, so thank you very much to Fourth Estate. So I'll read you the blurb for We the Survivors. Lee Hock Lai, known to his friends as Ah Hock, is a young man with vague ideas of living in a better place than the Malaysian village he is born into, where families harvest cockles from the polluted mudflats. He follows the rules and strives to improve himself in a country that promises riches and security to everyone, but in reality delivers them only to a chosen few. With Asian society changing around him, Ah Hock remains trapped in a world of poorly paid jobs that just about allow him to keep his head above water. But what leads Ah Hock to kill a man? We the Survivors is a vivid and compelling description of the years building up to a shocking act of violence, a confession told over several days to a local journalist whose life has taken a very different course. Devastating and poignant, it is a portrait of an outsider like no other, an anti-nostalgic view of human life and the ravages of hope. I think that sounds pretty good. So, I think I will stop there. So I've still got a few books left to show you, but I will do a second part to this video because otherwise we're going to be here for a very long time. So that was, yes, the books that I have bought myself and I have been gifted by publishers in February so far. They're all linked down below. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. Please let me know if you've read any of them. If you have and you didn't like them, don't tell me, because I want to kind of go into them thinking, oh, they might be quite good. Yeah. And let me know what you've been buying in the month of February, and subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye.